Booyah! I'm back. Once again, the travel bans are back in place. Why? Because there's a new variant from the Southern Africans called the Omicron. And a lot of people are angry. And I just wanted to talk to a lot of people because this particular topic hits very close to home. People close to me have been blaming, you guessed it, anti-vaxxers for the travel ban. They've been blaming anti-vaxxers for the reason their lives are not going back to normal. And I wanted to make this video to address a couple of things because this particular topic was addressed on The View by some cackling women. Man, these women really, honestly, they annoy me with the pointers that they put across, but their pointers really resonate with a lot of people, and those people are not necessarily leftists, because people out here that I've been talking to who are pissed off about this travel ban, some of them happen to be my friend, some of them happen to play soccer alongside myself, we're soccer mates and whatnot. They've been saying the same thing, that it is because of these anti-vaxxers that's the reason why we are not living a normal life, that if the whole world just decided to get the vaccine, we will be all right. And I made some pointers, but I want to use The View, the ladies from The View, as a point of reference, because the arguments that these ladies make is the same arguments that my friends who watch liberal mainstream media like CNN and MSNBC always make. So even though some of you might have seen this clip, let's quickly take a look at what they had to say and let's go from there.
Choice means that you put the mask on or you don't put the mask on, you know? So we have that out there, and people are just using that as an excuse to not do what they have to do.
Yeah. But they have a choice not to go in places. I agree. Have a choice. Yeah. Stay at home, because when your decision affects the greater good.
Yeah. Notice the sort of language that Sarah Haynes is using. And this is what a lot of leftists use a lot to cajole and brainwash their base by saying the greater good. That's the phrase, the greater good. So what exactly is the greatest good? They never tell you what it is.
Yeah. You can't be put above that.
Yeah.
Now, isn't it funny that she's trying to push the notion that if you're unvaccinated, you can spread COVID, so stay at home? Yet, when Kamala Harris was at their studio, they kicked out Anna Navarro as well as Sonny Hostin.
The two of you to step off for a second.
Okay. Anna and
we're going to bring you back later.
Because they had COVID, even though, according to, by the words of Joy Behar,
because they're both vaccinated up the wazoo.
They were vaccinated to the wazoo.
Well, they don't agree with that. They feel that their greater good is more important than your greater good.
Again with the language. What's the greater good? They don't know.
Well, you know, it was interesting to me that the argument was being made, if you're vaccinated, why do you care about me being vaccinated? You're protected. And that's why we are at the Omicron.
Marion, that's not what it's supposed to be.
Omicron variant, right? That's why we are where we are, because it's mutating. It's becoming this crazy superbug inside of the people that aren't vaccinated.
But those people are way in South Africa. They're not in America. And besides, they don't even have enough vaccines to go around for all of them. So can you blame them?
And now it's affecting us. I don't know why they were not understanding that. We've got like 80 million people that are not vaccinated.
So as you can see there's a lot of misconceptions that these people are pushing out there that I deem as misinformation, but they will never get censored. Why? Because they are actually spewing the narrative that the overlords want them to spew. They want you to think that if you take the vaccines, you will not be able to spread it. Yet right there in their studio, when two of them had the COVID, even though they were vaccinated, they were kicked out because Kamala wouldn't sit next to them, because regardless of the fact that they were vaccinated, they can still spread COVID. Plus, isn't it funny that the two non-white people that were in the studio were kicked out and the white people in the studio were left? Isn't that the exact segregation that the Black Lives Matter people were protesting against, happening right there on The View? And nobody even seemed to point that out. I say this because there are various reasons why people are against the vaccines, and segregation happens to be one of them, and it's not necessarily being an anti-vaxxer. So clearly, if you're only doing yourself a favor by taking the vaccine, this is not something that I'm just putting out there. You can find it on various websites. This is outright in on the CDC website if you want to check it out. If you want to look it up, go look it up on the CDC website. It's right there. And also there are stories. I think one came out from an old people's home in Connecticut or one of the states like that. If I can see it, I'll put it in front of you so that you can read the story for yourself, where an old people's home, 89 people that were vaccinated, fully vaccinated, by the way, 9 of them died. Only 2 people weren't vaccinated, and those 2 people were not part of the 9 people that died. Also, they're trying to fearmonger people, telling people that this Omicron variant, it's a variant of concern. Even though the fact that the cases that have been gotten, even out here in Australia, there have been 43 cases, and not all of them were vaccinated, yet in every one of those cases it was mild, but yet they want to demonize people. Now, once again, I will state this on this channel like I usually state it. I'm not against the vaccines. I have never been against the vaccines. I think they're doing some work. I think they're limiting hospitalizations, but I don't think they're slowing or stopping the spread. So if they're not slowing or stopping the spread, and you and whoever isn't vaccinated have to go through the same thing, why are you pissed off at people? Even though if you're vaccinated, you're still required to wear a mask, you're still required to social distance, you're still required to do every single thing that an unvaccinated person is required to do. So why are you vexed and angry at an unvaccinated person if you can still endanger other people even though you are double vaccinated? That's what I wanted to point out. And I wanted to let people know that you are only blaming people because you are somewhat being brainwashed by every media possible, every big tech possible is sending the same messages, and we are just unnecessarily angry at each other. Whereas the people that we are angry with, whether you're vaccinated, angry with the unvaccinated, are not the reason why we're in this problem. Focus on the real problem and focus on where the problem is coming from. Otherwise, you're not on but a fool. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe if you want to. I have been shadow banned because I started talking about the vaccines. I started talking about the virus. Even though I'm not against the vaccines, I'm against policies that does not favor anybody, whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated. But I got shadow banned for it. But yeah, what's the worst they can do to me? They might ban me from YouTube. I don't know. I wanted to actually delete this channel anyway. So if they do, well, they can't do any worse than they've already done. But anyway, thank you guys for lending me your ears. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Take care of yourself. Have a great week ahead. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care. Peace. Bye-bye.